On that beautiful sunny day, while walking down the street, boom, we saw this beautiful looking damsel. All of a sudden, a connection was built. She appeared like all you ever wanted to have. Hello, beautiful damsel. Good afternoon, she said with her charming, tiny voice. Here and there, phone numbers were exchanged. From that moment on, it seemed as if everlasting love has been established. Suddenly, you are in a relationship with a beautiful angel. You call her almost 100 times a day, and both of you could talk for a very long time on phone. Sometimes, it's difficult to end a call even in the middle of the night because the connection was so strong. The relationship has come to stay. Probably this is the moment you've been waiting for. After several heartbreaks from people who seem not to appreciate or love you, thank God I've gotten the one I've been looking for. Finally, you can settle down. Arrangements are ongoing on your mind. How to meet her people, finally bring her home so that your mom and your dad would see the beautiful woman you're finally going to settle down with. You are super excited about what is happening in your life at this present moment. You could even share it with colleagues, even friends. You're super excited to announce to the whole world that you have found your angel. Sometimes you take her out to share the good memories with the outside world in a very pleasant and exotic restaurant with charming smiles around both of you. And after such a journey, when you get home, it's as if somebody is riding a horse in your stomach with a lot of joy flowing in there. In an attempt to know her better and build a better connection, you grow closer. Sometimes you invite her over, communication continues, and all of a sudden, both of you started realizing that there are dislikes from both ends. To manage the situation and make sure that this beautiful love stays forever, you start taking steps of building her, and she's taking some steps of building you as well, so that both of you will fit into the taste that you both have. The harder you try to make her better, the more difficult it becomes. The harder you try to suggest ways she could change and become more fitted to the woman that you dream of, the more difficult it becomes. At this point, this love is going through a stretching moment. By now, countless times you have made yourselves angry and apologies exchanged just to keep the momentum. The harder you try to make each other fit into your tastes, the harder it becomes. Constant quarrels, constant misunderstandings, quarrel and settle, you get back together, you keep pushing, conflicts keep arising every now and then. Suddenly, you come to the realization that this beautiful feeling is gradually fading away. What's going on with us is the next question that pops up on your mind. Does it mean that we were not meant to be together? At this point, you're feeling irritated by most of the things that she does and says. It's now obvious that both of you are not feeling each other the way you used to be. There is no visible sign that the disconnect can be amended within a short time. On the other hand, she's devastated, irritated, and confused. She's angry at everything you say or do, saying to herself, what's going on wrong? All these questions arise without answer. At some point, she feels like rewinding the clock of the relationship to what it used to be at the beginning. But the big question we need to answer is, does love die? Best measure of longevity of love in a relationship, not absence of misunderstandings, but how those misunderstandings are handled to improve both parties. Few things are capable of killing love if the people involved in a relationship do not take them into cognizance. First one is fault finding. When both people that are in a relationship devote their time in finding faults, we are all humans and definitely not perfect. In relationship, we should expect imperfection of each other to manifest, and expecting such imperfections to disappear overnight is not possible. It is important to note that these imperfections will improve as we tolerate and help one another to improve daily. The second thing that kills love is distrust. Even after fact checking and investigating your partner, you don't still believe that he or she is saying the truth. It's not your fault. You've been told some life transforming lies, or you found yourself in the midst of dubious people for a very long time. So it's very hard to believe people with this experience. Building trust in your relationship begins with the ability to accept the fact that people can still say the truth. People can still be trustworthy, even as at today, despite all lies. And your partner can be one of those people. Choose to trust your partner, because doing otherwise will hurt the love that both of you have for each other. Something that kills love in a relationship is dishonesty. Believe it or not, even a chronic liar does not want to be lied to. It's funny, right? When you are inconsistent in character, your intentions, as well as your words, that could be classified as dishonesty. Love does not thrive in the atmosphere of dishonesty. Number 4 is infidelity. The sight of your partner doing some funny stuff with someone else is unbearable and disheartening. The imagination alone is capable of giving somebody a horrible nightmare. But guess what? Sometimes it happens. The experience does not go well with every normal human being. No normal human being takes cheating or infidelity as normal. It takes divine intervention for one's love for his or her partner to be retained after infidelity experience. And this takes me to point number 5, which is insecurity. Suspecting that your partner could be cheating just because you watched a movie where people were cheating is a sign that you are insecure. Sometimes you find yourself checking your partner's call history, text messages, WhatsApp chats, Facebook chats, and so on and so forth. All this links us back to insecurity. You know what? This has a way of putting pressure on your partner, making him or her to start questioning the genuineness of the love that exists between both of you. The 6th thing that kills love is abuse, whether psychological, emotional, or physical. Any form of abuse leaves a long-lasting trauma on the recipient. It's an instant killer of love in a relationship. No normal human being would like to be treated anyhow. Abuse is responsible for 80% of separation in marriage relationships today across the world, especially when it happens repeatedly in a relationship. It is capable of leaving the victim with a long-lasting trauma, and this trauma, on the other hand, affects their next relationship. Number 7 is respect. They say respect is reciprocal. Everybody wants to be treated respectfully, including those who disrespect people. Disrespectful habit is the product of low value for the relationship as well as the people involved in the relationship, because those you disrespect are those people you don't value. Love does not stay long in a relationship where partners disrespect each other. Number 8, incompatibility. It is possible to be in love with someone you are not compatible with. When you wake up to the realization that the things that are supposed to be keeping this relationship warm are not just there, finding it difficult to keep the bond, it is a sign that both of you are not compatible. If you keep struggling to keep this relationship, you will end up burning each other out for nothing, because there's need to always find a common ground after every misunderstanding. But in a situation where such never happens, then you have only one option: incompatibility. Number 9, intolerance. Both of you were born and raised from different backgrounds, religious-wise, and different family settings. It is therefore necessary that every party in this relationship should understand that there is need for everybody to work and fit into this new system, and it is not automatic. But when there is no allowance created for both parties, allow such understanding to happen, it becomes much more difficult for love to thrive. Number 10 is unforgiveness. When a partner in a relationship keeps a backlog of offenses or misunderstanding, it hurts you much more than your partner who has offended you. It hurts the love you have for that partner than it does for the partner from the other end. You find yourself suffocating. You're not finding expression in the love as it used to be, because there is something you have not let go of your heart. It steals the peace in your relationship, and it also opens doors for other factors that will strangulate the love. Conflict or misunderstanding becomes very, very difficult to resolve in the relationship, and therefore unforgiveness is a bigger threat to love. Point number 11, destructive criticism. The reason for criticizing your partner is to help him or her to improve in his or her weakness. But when the intention and the objective for criticizing your partner is to make him or her feel bad, then it is selfish, and this have bigger negative impact on the love we both share. The last point number 12, is defensiveness. You see, any partner in a relationship who is not willing to accept his wrong or weakness in such a relationship is not worthy to be in such a relationship. It is better you are not involved, because you are no longer going to be staying alone and make decisions alone. You're going to be making decisions with someone. As a result, there's always a ground for you to see that you're not right. You can't continue to be right in that relationship. It is wise for you to realize that you're wrong and accept that you're wrong and apologize. But when you stand on your pole end and refuse to shift ground in defense, you're doing more harm to the relationship and the love. Your ability to accept that you're not perfect and willingness to create room for improvement and grow is what helps the relationship and the love to grow. But in a situation where this doesn't happen, it therefore creates a chance for hopelessness for the relationship. Thank you for staying with me on this journey, finding the reason why love died.